Thanks, Prachi. It's quiet. Greetings, everyone, and you are live at University of Johannesburg, AW Miller Stadium. It is match number 11 in Group B on day number 6 of CAF Women's COSAFA Qualifiers 2025. It is Gaborone United. Greetings, everyone, and you are live at University of Johannesburg, AW Miller Stadium. It is match number 11. It is match. Greetings, everyone. Broadcasting live at University of Johannesburg, AW Miller Stadium. It is match number 11 in Group B. It is day 6 of CAF Women's COSAFA Qualifiers 2025. Gaborone United, all the way from Botswana, who are top log leaders in Group B. They're up against the newcomers, all the way from Lesotho. It is Kick4Life. They lost their opening game to Young Buffaloes by 3-1. They will look to announce themselves in this tournament, while the 2024 finalists will look to maintain the momentum. Earlier on, we spoke with both coaches, Coach Yelimala and Coach Nionzima, about this encounter. This is what they had to say. Coach, your team is currently leading in Group B. How do you plan to keep the momentum against the team that wants to come back?
Okay, thank you for having me. I think we just have to take each and every game as it comes. We managed to win our first game against which we played against the Young Buffaloes, where we won 1-0. I was happy with the points, but I was not happy with the performance. So we need to this game we need to try to improve how we play, our ball rotation, our ball retention, and how we want to start playing at the back in today's game. So. It's a game that we need to do whatever we can do to try to win it at all costs.
You're talking about being able to control the ball. Your team managed to control possession earlier in the match, but will ball rotation again be your main tactical approach today?
Yeah, we need to play more. That's what I'm saying. The first game I was very impressed with the results, but not happy with the performance. So we need to, by improving performance, we need to play more. Our team is the team that can play. They used to play starting football from the back, engaging the midfielders until we reach the strikers. But the first game it was not like that. Maybe it was the wind here, but we managed to rectify that in training. We're hoping for the best performance of today's game.
Kick4Life considered 3 goals in their opener. Are you targeting specific weaknesses in their defense?
We just have to try to win the game. If God gives us goals, He'll give us goals. But we saw the weaknesses that they try to overload by the wingbacks going forward. So we will use that space when the wingbacks go forward. Then use that space they are leaving at the back.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
Coach, after the setback in your first match, what tactical adjustments have you made in tightening the defense?
Thank you very much. We try to work on our defensive shape and keeping compact, quick closing down and covering from defense so that we can be able to back up whoever has the ball.
Gaborone United thrives on quick transitions. How do you plan to neutralize that strength?
We try to press them high, if possible. We watch the game for the first 10 minutes and start pressing them so that they will not get that quick forward passes in order to transit into attack as fast as they used to, so that we can be able to win the ball in their defensive third.
As newcomers, coach, to the competition, what is your key message, or are you giving your players about handling the pressure in today's game?
The key message is be yourself, go in there, play your normal game, no pressure on you. Let's just go in there, fight it out, and come out with 3 points.
Thank you so much, coach.
Thank you.
And that was both coaches sounding so ready for this encounter. Out of 10 women's football clubs taking part in this tournament, only one will win the golden prize of representing the Southern Africa women's region into CAF Women's Champions League later this year. Kickoff coming up shortly. Now let's cross to our commentator, Gloria.
Thank you very much for a wonderful build-up this morning, and it is squeaky bum time. When we talk of squeaky bum time, it is the business end of Group B. The group standings taking shapes, lessons learned, high spirit, and for some, the long journey begins to go home. It is an opportunity to turn the heat and be deciders of your destiny. In the warm-up, we got to see a team determined to stay in this tournament into the knockout phases. That was Gaborone United, and they looked menacing. They looked sharp. Players like Jessica, players like Messi, Desiree were also busy at work and sharpening their skills and making sure that today is the day that Botswana will be proud. Super proud are they as they make another appearance in this tournament. It is match day number 11. We also then had an opportunity to also see Kick4Life in their warm-up, showing the rhythm, showing the dance. Yes, they have had and experienced pain, but it is not about that. It is an opportunity to turn on the heat and be the deciders of where they want to go. This is a team that is operating as a non-profit organization that's using football to change and improve lives of the disadvantages. Some great opportunities of a number of players that have received scholarships from Kick4Life and playing their football out in the United States of America. As we do have a few fans that have come to support their respective teams, some of the bosses behind the teams in supporting women's football. Yes, we see you there, and welcome to South Africa. It is 10 teams that have had the luxury of showing us their skills during this tournament. They've had the luxury to display what women's football is about. A good morning to you, and thank you for joining us at the A.W. Miller Stadium in the Auckland Park campus, and this is match day 6. So we get started today as the fight continues. The intention and the know-how is to be displayed by the two teams. When you look at the coaches, you listen to the coaches, their job is done. Khalid of Gaborone United, as well as Elizabeth of Kick4Life, hand the baton over to their respective captains as they do get ready to take on the field that has been well prepared for this morning's encounter. There are 2 games, and later on is another fixture from Group C. But this match will definitely be the decider of who officially tops the group. Currently, it is Gaborone United that have a 100% record, and they are sitting on the summit of Group B. So when we look at Gaborone United, these were losing finalists in Malawi at the 2024 tournament. They're losing out to UWC of Cape Town. But here they are up against quite an intriguing lot as they faced Young Buffaloes. They also lost. They won in their first match against Young Buffaloes by a solitary goal. And when we look at Kick4Life, they come in after a 3-1 lashing from Young Buffaloes, and holding out 1-1 before the break, and it all fell apart in the second half. So this is the beautiful city of Johannesburg, the skyscrapers, the high buildings, the lights and the action. And behind that is the beautiful stadium, AWB, that is out in Auckland Park, where the action is taking place. Oh, William Monene, who got to share his insights as the first assistant of Gaborone United, has been ever present, coach that has so much of respect and continues to develop the game. The flags being hoisted high before the game begins. Oh, the two teams just exchanging their customary greetings before the match gets underway, as friends turn into foes, and no love lost between the two sides. As a country, Botswana and Lesotho have played in two previous encounters, and that was way back in 2023, in which Botswana winning that one on both occasions. We do have a look at the lineup for Botswana. Peresi, Muchawe, Bayeletsi, Mponga, Haifetuchi, Ditebe, Mudise, Ontlametsi, Tlama, and Radio Kanyo. According to the tactical formation, they do come out with a 4-3-3 formation. Nancy Bayeletsi expected to be integral in the middle of the park. And this is the beauties of Botswana, a team that continues to hoist the flag of Botswana. Well, these are your officials. Victoria of Namibia, she is a referee at 33 years of age. Lumbidzai Musawa, another referee who's been a referee for 2 years. And Nandi Pamenze, the South African 35-year-old who's at a COSAFA tournament for 8 times. And Mary Mayimbo, the 4th official, she's from Zimbabwe. And being a teacher, that is what it's about. It is also just having a look at the bird's eye window. Njabulo Ndlela of South Africa and Clarice Simango are the two officials that will be very integral in some of the very close decisions. We look at Kick4Life. It is Matlotlo in goal. Piri. You're also looking at Namane in the middle of the park. Mosala, Sipiriti, and Po Mulife. A capable bench in Molise Libete, as well as Kali. Also, they too come out with a 4-3-3, speaking to the attack, speaking to wanting to turn the fortunes around as they come into this match after a defeat. You're looking at the coach, that is Coach Elizabeth Yelimala. She's been part of this team for the past 4 years, trying to steer the ladies over the line. Kick4Life, a team that has dominated Lesotho football for quite some time, and do have one of their players in Mogotu Moranye in the USA doing exceptionally well and studying to really improve the credentials. And as a baller, she certainly knows about life after football. Botswana in the white uniforms with a bit of red trimmings. They attack in the goal from the left to the right of your screen, and they will get us underway. Kick4Life, it's a lovely jersey with a bit of blue and some green here and there, and they too are ready to rumble. We are waiting for referee Victoria Shangula to get us going for the first match of the day. beautiful conditions, a bit of a cloud that hangs over us. It's looking very overcast, and we're looking at a bench that, if needed and called upon to do duty, some of those notable players of Kick4Life is Dimbane, and Libeta is certainly one of the future stars that one can look forward to, not forgetting Vivian. She too had a bit of a run in the previous match, but for Gaborone United, they too, their bench very solid, and referee is waiting for the instructions to get going and to allow this match to kick off. And immediately setting off is the Botswana outfit in Gaborone United. Ball out to the left-hand side, looking for Ntebogeleng Mosala, and full of running, full of pace. Do expect a lot of the balls going out, hogging the lines. It will be interesting to see how Molifi, Sipiriti and Lesauna do respond to the pace that Kick4Life do have out on the wings. The experience of Gaborone United is one to mention. 7 players are part of the national team, and they will bring in that experience as they try to navigate their way into the knockout phases. Group A, the winners have been decided. Undoubtedly, Mamelodi Sundowns, who are setting the tone, setting the pace. They have represented the COSAFA region in all 5 editions. Last year was a historic moment for South Africa, where we had 2 South African teams at the CAF Women's Champions League tournament. You had Mamelodi Sundowns as defending champions, and you had UWC. But this time it's a different ball game. Nothing is guaranteed, as a chase by Radio Kanya into the box, and that's the opening goal. Quite a marauding run by Radio Kanya to whip that ball in, and just whipped it into the right place, and a good touch in the box to give Gaborone United a very, very early goal. It looks like Jessica Modise who got that ball in the back of the net. We'll have a look at that. Here is Radio Kanya, very strong, taking on Sipiriti, and that being Jessica Mponga, getting her name on the score sheets. So Maunga, Jessica Mponga, 2 minutes. That's a quick start for Gaborone United. In the previous edition, Gaborone United were also pitted against União de Lechinga of Mozambique, who didn't make the trip. They were wilted away in the league out in Mozambique. Ascent Academy of Malawi also not to return to this tournament, as we have a look at the challenge there on Ray Tumetsi. A free kick to Kick4Life. Ball into the box, but picked up. Jessica just helps it on to Doba Doba, the player known in Malawi as a real goal poacher. Here's the goal scorer. It's Musala that gets the ball away, but picked up by Aletsi. Nancy forcing away all the way to the goalkeeper, that's Nkamelo Peresi. It's part of the national team, together with the Sundowns goalkeeper, who is yet to be given an opportunity. That's Bosija. She is the Botswana #1. Strong chase. You can't fault Maungo for effort. And if you heard before, he's from the touchline, Jessica being given the instruction that she's too slow in terms of support. Sipiriti gets that ball forward, but this time as far as a wide jersey is Gaborone. Doba on the ball, and keepers quick off the line. Critical phases of the match, opening 5 minutes, and Gaborone capitalizing on exactly that. Gaborone United just making use of some of the players who are still thinking about the talk in the change room as the offside flag goes up. This will allow Kick4Life an opportunity to organize themselves defensively. Spot on refereeing as one just sees a sneak view of a player from Gaborone United at about 1 meter or 2 in an offside position. Header out for a throw-in. Taken quickly, but again, possession is turned over. Here's the pace that is concerning of Ray Tumeti, trying to charge down the goalkeeper in the hope that she will force an error, not to be. Very structured is Gaborone United, a team that loves to play from the back, building good combinations, getting into the middle of the park, and then explosiveness up front. Availability is Jessica Modise on the far right-hand side, unmarked, and Molefe, who needs to just keep an eye on Jessica, who's lurking. Here she receives the ball. Jessica takes a strike in the box, number 2. Easy as you like. A brace for Jessica Ponga. So Jessica Ponga makes it 2. She's been given 2 opportunities. She's buried those. And goalkeeper had no chance. First touch from Jessica Modise was impressive. And a slip at a vital moment by Ray Tumeti gave Jessica Ponga an opportunity to take her time and place the ball furthest away from the goalkeeper. High press, forcing the error. Under pressure is Mahali Sipiriti. Coming away with it is Kick4Life. And Debo Heleng delivers a high ball. Chasing it is Ray Tumeti. Coming from an onside position, but not interested is the goal scorer, and giving chase was Lisigo Radiokanyo, a Botswana international. Radiokanyo enjoys her football and loves to hog in the middle of the park. And together with Ontlametsi, who operates on the left-hand side, while they were given names in Zimbabwe, and I will try to remember and share with you what they were really embracing out in Malawi, rather. Ball out. The errors are creeping in, pressing from Gaborone United, causing all the problems. Radio Kanye, good ball in, and that again just goes out. Ontlametsi on that occasion just not getting a hold of it. The offside flag was also up as we have a look at referee Nandipa Masawa Lumbidzai of Zambia, the 29-year-old. She was very quick with the flag. Yes, she is 2 years into refereeing, but this being a 5th COSAFA tournament where she is sharing her experience. Some of the referees are full-time in the business. Majority of the referees come from teaching. So we have a look at that boy hoisted very high. Keeper's way off a line, had to come out and assist defensively. And that will be some warning shots for the goalkeeper, for the defense, of Gaborone. Soaked in trying to get all the early goals. They find themselves exposed defensively. Frightening pace by Ray Tumeti Ramane. Good rotation, Molomo Mkhotu. But here's Gaborone United. Equal to the task is Sipiriti, sprinting away. She's quite integral in that back four with Musala and Molife. So Mutlotlo, the goalkeeper, that's William, who is the assistant coach, William Monene. Shot from distance, closed down very quickly, and thus the ball just going way above the goal area. Did well to try and look for space, try to put defenders on the left-hand side. Finding it difficult to really keep possession. This Kick4Life. Hacked forward by Masukulul, keeper. Again, quick release of the ball, and Kick4Life need to maybe just hold on to the ball a little bit longer as that ball just rolled over the touchline for a throw-in. Matsukulu is quite an enterprising player, has no fear, has been playing football since she was 6 years of age, and majority of similar stories is that they've played with the boys. That really gives them the brave. She says, I'm not scared of anyone. Quite interesting to have a chat with her. I'm not afraid of anyone. That's a little Matsuku. Goalkeeper gets a touch. She's been asked by the coach, Lisbeth, to hack that ball furthest away, but doesn't get the range that she desires, as Molefe tries to assist and switching play to the right-hand side in search of Tswaeli. And with all the effort and the determination, pace of the ball a little too much to keep it in play. It's played short, but good pressure being mounted. Here's an opportunity for Kick4Life. Hashed shot in a hurry and had all the time and space. Jessica Modise plays it short. This is a player that has an abundance of skill as Modise. Great visionary. Radio Kanye looking for Modise. They will be trouble, the terrible twins. Ball whipped in and tied it up this time. Picked up by Tlama. And that as far as Ray Tumetse. Peroxide on the head is Ray Tumetse. That will be too much to ask of Molife to give chase. Not the fastest of players defensively, and still struggling with a bit of a hammy in that moment, not stretching herself and coming towards the bench and giving the signal of discomfort. Header, Modise looking for the pace of the goal scorer, Mponga. Jessica whipping it in. Ball cleared away and let down by her first touch as Jessica Modise. Ball in the air. And Kick4Life is on the bicycle, but good cover defense. Gaborone United just showing the experience, but losing out to a very determined Ray Tumetse. She is a live wire. She is the heartbeat. Lovely skill, eliminates one, but not the other. And it is Gaufetuche who does the job for Gaborone United. When the players see the coach on their feet, some skill. Oh yeah, Kuka Mzimba. That was in her playing days. A good tap. No nonsense, coach. Once a good work ethic. As the first corner for Kick4Life. Delivered in the box, quality ball, header, doesn't find anyone, trickles away for a goal kick. It will be a throw-in. A last touch coming off a Kick4Life player. Played short. Jessica Modise looking for the support. Comes in the form of Doba Doba. Doba. Quite a goal poacher. She is in this tournament and has a goal to her name. Hardly leaves any tournament without scoring. Picked up by Radiokanya. Stretching play to the left-hand side, coming from an onside position. That's Ontlametsi. Can she make it 3? Ontlametsi. And simple as you like. 3 goals for Gaborone United. And the celebrations begin. That was the insurance goal. 3-0 in the first 15 minutes is quite an expensive scoreline. Goalkeeper left exposed, but you had Mosala trying to make a challenge in that moment, but the experience of Ontlametsi in that moment just shed, protecting the ball, and yeah, it's good to see some of those celebrations, which is immediate and not needing any VAR to come to the rescue. Pretty clear indeed. Gaborone United are the highest score thus far in this tournament in a single match, as 7-0. That by Mamelodi Sundowns, who put to the sword debutants from Namibia. That is Beauties in match day 5. Hat-trick for Bambanani Bane on the day. Refilwe Tolagele getting onto the score sheet. Refilwe, who also hails from Botswana, usually called in the national team. And Lebogang Ramalepe also joining into the party for that 7-0 drubbing of the Beauties, who yesterday really did not show up. Ball goes out for a goal kick. For a throw-in. South Africans in Group A, that is Mamelodi Sundowns, Zescondola Girls in second position. That group is completed after the 3 matches each. And in that group, there were 4 teams, Beauties of Namibia and Ntopwa Football Club of Malawi. Well, interesting information on that club Ntopwa of Malawi. The owner, the chairman to own a women's football club in Malawi, is also a member of parliament. They call him Jomo for his love for football and his love and respect for Jomo Sono. His story is a humble one, starting from humble beginnings, and he's not ashamed to tell his story, that he grew up in the streets and he knows what it's like. That is Mr. Jomo, who is the owner of Ntopwa. Radiokanya whipping that ball over the top, and a first-time touch that allows Ontlametsi, but appears to have been in an offside position, and that goal is disallowed. That goal is disallowed. Have a look at this for yourself. Radiokanya tried to hold it, but maybe one touch too many. And the minute it left her foot, I don't think so. The minute it left her foot, or so fast is Ontlametsi, that in that particular moment, the referee not picking it up correctly. The minute it left her foot of Radiokanya, she was still onside. And I think the VAR is being called upon to have a look at that replay, to have a look at whether or not Ontlametsi can celebrate and also join in the books as a brace. Correct decision. The goal check confirms that Gaondao Ontlametsi is on a brace. 19 minutes on the clock, 4-0 the scoreline. lona ndio we untlametsi Mihale Sipiriti Doba loses out and is calling for it. She wants it to her feet, gets the supply. Ditebe goes to teammate in defense, Muchawe. Out to the left-hand side and playing it down the line for the pacey Mponga. Played back, laid back for Ntlametsi. Skips a challenge, and that's a warning. Did well, good technique. But that ball didn't dip quick enough for Ntlametsi. Live wire is Lisiho Radio Kanye, being given so much of room and space, switching flanks every now and then. But you also got to compliment Jessica Mponga, forcing the errors. In that particular moment, the goalkeeper looking rather flustered. She's got a lot of work to do. Winners of each group will automatically go into the knockout stages. And when we look at Group B, Gaborone is hoisted right on top with 3 points. Ball delivered, header expected, but nobody gets a touch, and it goes all the way out for a throw-in. And that for the Lesotho outfit, Kick4Life. Group B also has Young Buffaloes, who already have played the game. They've played 2 matches. They're currently on 3 points. And still looking and hoping for a spot as the second best team in a group. Mulomo Mukhotu wears that jersey number 7 that was made famous by many players. Ditebe switching play. Here's Ditebe finding Muchawe. Is in an advanced position, but dispossessed, and Kick4Life will look to launch one of the attacks, perhaps looking out at the wings, and it is Masuku who will try and turn and find a teammate. Not much space being offered, and here's the goal scorer Mponga. A throw-in for Gaborone United. Throw-in for Jessica. Finds Radio Canyo. Looking to whip it in is Tama. Giving chase and winning that race is Sipiriti. And that will be a goal kick for Kick4Life. Prior to this particular match, we had 36 goals scored in 10 games. Jessica, instead of playing that ball, rather, she allows it to go out for a throw-in, and perhaps just chewing the clock. 23 minutes of that being played, and they are in the driving seat. Group C has Costa do Sol of Mozambique, Olympic di Maroni of the Comoros, and Oriental Queens of Zimbabwe. They still got to battle it out, and that will be the game that takes place later on. That is Oriental Queens. They did well in the previous edition, seem to be struggling as the teams continue to grow, develop, and improve. The results are telling you the story that no one is just guaranteed a win. Zesco Dollar Girls, and Tapwa gave us quite a celebration of 8 goals in one match. 5-3 in favor of the team from Zambia. And Tapwa, who decided that at least they would leave home having scored or registered 3 goals. They were on the brink of leaving the tournament with a whitewash, but a spirited second half, almost shocking Zesco, just drawing from deep and getting the goals that matter most. As Ontlameti. Kick4Life. Trying to drive that ball forward, looking for the hard-running Ray Tumeti. Keeper comes out very hesitant and eventually gets a foot on it. Sharing of the ball is what is important. Coach wanting them to rotate that ball with excellence, keep possession, draw in the opposition, and press high when necessary. They did that in the opening 15-20 minutes, and the result of that was the 4 goals that they have registered. They will not let their foot off the pedal. They know that goals are important in this match. They want to be one of those that do not have to struggle. That is Gaborone United convincing winners in the group is the mandate. I think a bittersweet return for them, having lost out in that semi-final. I mean, in that final. Now, interesting to see that Refilwe Tolagele of Mamelodi Sundowns, as well as Bambanani Mbane, are the leading goal scorers of this tournament, which is the CAF Women's Champions League COSAFA qualifiers. Bambanani Mbane is a centre-back. And a change being made. Itumeleng Matlotlo is the player being substituted. Itumeleng Matlotlo. Machekejane will come in her position. Machekejane was in the lineup of the previous match. I think the coach just trying to protect more goals, but she does need a defense to be a lot more disciplined, try and defend in a unit, close the gaps, be more compact. Playing very freely in that centre-back role as Muchawe. And Klamar gives chase, keeps it, delivers a ball, trying to get it in, but just goes over the top. I think her intention was to try and score from that area. Klamar, she's quite upset with herself, believes she could have done better, but she gets a thumbs up from the bench. Ball hoisted highest, and the wind also just carrying it away from the goal. Played short, in trouble, picked up and hacked away, but this as far as Doba, and the strike is deflected, picked up by Kick4Life, goes out for a throw-in. Coach William. Tumiti just losing out the pace of that ball, the force of that ball, just ricocheting off the boots. Mochawe breaking the lines, and Ponga delivers a blow, the 5th goal without a doubt, just looping the keeper, was very composed. Ponga, 29 minutes. She gets a goal. She's got the hat-trick on the day, the second hat-trick, third hat-trick. Ponga. She is probably going to add more to it by the looks of things. Did well to stay on side and knew exactly what she wanted to do, pick a spot, delicate as it is, but did enough to just get it over the goalkeeper's head, bouncing into the net. And 5-0 is the scoreline. We are almost heading for the possible highest goal-scoring match in this tournament. It's only 30 minutes and 5-0 is the scoreline. There's also a check to get the confirmation of whether or not she was in an onside position. So there is a goal check from VAR, and communicating with the referee Victoria Shangula on whether or not that goal should stand. Victoria Shangula was so fortunate at the 2023 World Cup. She was one of the officials in that final game of Banyana Banyana. And being a gym official, you can see she's really taking care of her body. That's Victoria Shangula. She's a fitness manager. The referee is being summoned to the monitor to make that final decision. In actual fact, it is being allowed to stand. The referee, who is allowing a water break for the team whilst the check continues. Players have an opportunity to quickly go to their benches and get a few instructions. So the referee just calling the two captains to have a word with them and share in confidence the way forward.
Head coach.
Calling for the head coaches. It will be interesting to hear and see what's going on or what is to take place.
At the moment, the VAR is out of the air. We will inform you when it's coming. But for the goal for number 7, it's confirmed. The goal for number 7 now, it's confirmed. It's a goal. Yes. But the VAR is out of the air. We will inform you when it's back. For now, we will play without the VAR.
Just to help you out, is that the game will continue without VAR for the moment. And when VAR gets back, the coaches will be informed, but business as usual. The goal will stand as 5-0. And good communication. The referee in control of the situation and making sure that the captains were given the instructions first and foremost, then going to the technical bench and sharing the information, and the game goes on. At the center is Kick4Life to get us underway. They lost in their previous match. Is Kick4Life 3-1 to Young Buffaloes of Eswatini. Mponda, very difficult to get the ball from her feet. Yes, Kick4Life, a lovely body check, but losing out and losing possession to Bayeletsi. Bayeletsi going to Machava. Machava uses a goalkeeper, Peresi. It is Doba Doba on the ball for Gaborone United. Forced Shibobo. Radio Kanya takes her eye off the ball momentarily, and that goes out for a throw-in. So 5-0 is the scoreline at the A.W. Miller Stadium in the CAF Women's Champions League, the COSAFA qualifiers. Last year being held out in Malawi, back in South Africa for the 4th time. Johannesburg, though, hosting it. Usually it's out in KZN. Reitumetsi showing that she too has got the skill. Not as much as Molefe just loses out in that pressure moment. Challenge or is making it rather difficult. Jessica does well to keep it in play, and the presence of mind just to get the touch off a Kick4Life player. Throw in. Nice to see players tucked in, looking good. Jessica, Radio Kanya, onside is on Tlametsi. Forced out to the right as the keeper comes out of position. And that's a delightful ball. Perhaps the goal of the tournament thus far. On Tlametsi doing well to whip that ball with no one in the goal to make it 6-0. So, on Tlametsi also on a hat-trick, scoring in the 14th minute, the 19th minute, and the 35th minute. Goalkeeper who was drawn out, and maybe some would ask, what do you want out there, young lady? Stay in your box, and your defense will do the job. One would have been expecting players like Mosala to close out the wing play, and we did highlight that Gaborone United are a very expansive team, taking the ball down the wings, and Ontlametsi made no mistake in that moment, hat-trick. So we now have 2 players on a hat-trick, 2 players responsible for goals in the back of the net, Ontlametsi and Mponga. Another discussion happening.
Okay, the VR is back on air and goal number 20 is confirmed. Okay.
Signal given that VAR confirms that was a legitimate goal. You would hope in matches like this the spirit is not broken. Kick4Life, who are facing a baptism of fire, debutants in this tournament. Debutants in this tournament. And that ball just goalkeeper too comfortable, or maybe too confident, and almost an own goal. Lack of communication in that defense that has shown a little bit of shakiness. They need to be at their best if they are to face another team, and William is absolutely livid. El Mourinho style, with the cooler box at the bottom, with the jersey around the neck. Could this be the Mourinho of Botswana? His name is William, and has a lot of respect for football in South Africa. Recently wanting a couple of friendly matches, and unfortunately during a time when the Hollywood Bets was in full swing, and having a couple of players, or a number of players, returning from the women's WAFCON, as Ponga keeps it ball in play, showing some happy feet, some good feet, laying that ball back for Radio Kanya. First touch just takes it away from her and allows Kick4Life an opportunity to string a couple of passes together to get out of jail. As number 10 is absolutely menacing. So our player is just out of your picture, is on the ground, and she's hoping to receive treatment. As the medical team being summoned from the bench. The physiotherapists also part of this tournament, as the players are well looked after throughout this tournament. You look at the goalkeeper coach, Coach Robert. He's responsible for nurturing both Itumeleng Mutlotlo and Macheketane, sorry, as you get Twaeli just limping off. Gaborone have all the time in the world to fix up the wrongs and use this match to better the performances and get their tactics right, and also their techniques, as Mponga does well, realizing that there's a bit of a roadblock, looks for a player behind her. Doba looking for the quick 1-2, and also running into trouble. There's an available player in Muchawe. Turning on the skill is Gaufetuchi, and launches another long ball. And look who's at work. Keeper's beaten to this ball, but does well to get attached to it. Kick4Life, quick return ball, but it's picked up in the middle of the park by Muchawe. She has a number of players to release the ball to, as Bayaletsi makes herself available, switching play to the right, and Klamar does well. Radio Kanye playing the 1-2 with Klamar. Klamar forced backwards, looking for Muchawe. Muchawe then brings Gaufetuchi. Gaufetuchi goes to Peresi. Peresi and Bayaletsi looking to thread it through. Picked up by Ditebe, dropping a lot deeper than expected. She can't play as the false number 9 is Ditebe. Is playing a lot deeper today. Jessica, who's been penalized by the referee for a foot up, and quickly goes and offers her apologies. Correct decision being made. But there's happiness in the players of Gaborone United, playing with free rein, given the responsibility by the coach to enjoy themselves, to really perfect their art. Kick4Life under stress, under duress, and under pressure is Muchawe. Keeper called to defuse the situation, as you had players like Ndebo Heleng just lurking. Piri Mokhotu losing her footing at a vital moment is Jessica Mponga. Ditebe, Muchawe out on the far right or far left hand side is Desiree. Desiree has also been ever present for the side as that ball goes over the top. The ball retrievers who are here in support are very quick to return the ball. As we have a look at Coach Elizabeth Yalimala, she's up on her feet and giving a few instructions to try and close those pockets that are opening up, and maybe apply the basics of a man-to-man marking. That will be probably better. Zonal marking is just creating havoc for the players of Kick4Life. Jessica Mponga losing out. Oh, there's 2 hands up for a player of the match. So we fast head to the halftime break, and the halftime statistics will be shown. It's certainly dominant by the side from Botswana. They've got 6 goals to the good. They have kept the ball very well. Their passing accuracy has been allowed, probably sitting around 60%, if not more. Corner counts have been in their favor, pretty much dominant in all the technical areas and all the parts of the field. Ontlamesi beaten to the ball. Nkhotu. So Gaborone United playing with a lot of freedom. Players are allowed to express themselves. that being Ontlametsi doing exceptionally well. There's Radio Kanya sharing the ball and making a run, but spotted was Klamar, and that ball had to be stopped in its track. Ditebe calling for it, does well to win it back is Ray Tumetsi. And the use of the hand there. Ryan Tebo Hileng gives Gaborone United the ball. Down goes Radio Kanya, and a free kick to Gaborone United. Now, in situations like this, Ditebe can take the opportunity to strike directly at goal. So can Mochawe, two players that are known for their long-range shots. And it very much looks like Ditebe. That's Kei Tumeti. Ditebe, goalkeeper, will have to be on high alert. Get her positioning right, get the wall right. Not the tallest of players in the side of Kick4Life, which would make it pretty easy for Doba Doba to get that ball behind the wall and maybe find it furthest away to the left-hand corner of the goalkeeper. You can see the plotting of the two players. Ontlametsi, who is naturally a left-footed player, she looks rather keen, but Doba Doba rides the dummy, and Ontlametsi, that ball just dipping in front of the goalkeeper, nearly resulting in the 7th goal with 4 minutes added to the first half. Bounce of the ball deceiving the goalkeeper, but also the technique there of the goalkeeper, just letting her down, communicating and trying to organize her defense in protection of that goal mouth and protection of the 7th goal. Reminder that Mamelodi Sundowns won 7-0, and if it is 6-0 before break, as we have a look at the ball floated in the air, that's the 7th ball that ricocheted from inside and coming out. So it remains 6-0, and unfortunate was Ontlametsi. She thought she had put it in, and so did I. But it ricocheted from the underside of the pole. 5 corners in total. They have the numbers. 6 white jerseys inside the box, and outside the big box is Ditebe and Mochawe. Ball played short. Mochawe would want to whip in a decent ball, and keeper comes out, makes a hash of it, gets it at a 2nd or 3rd attempt, and the offside flag was also hoisted by referee Musawa Lumbizai. Referee Musawa Lumbizai. Jessica, she had come on side. Can she pull one of those beauties? And it's Ontlametsi. That makes it 7. Offside. Flag goes up. The referee indicates the 7th goal is absolutely elusive. And 3 minutes have already been played of referee's optional time. So you have a look at this ball, but I'm sure if it's taken back a little, that's the pass. And I don't know. You make the decision yourself. The referee appears to be checking with VAR on whether or not that goal should stand. It's another check. But to me, it looked onside from the moment the pass was made. Just to confirm that the goal is being checked by VAR. It has been a busy morning by our VAR officials. That is Njabula Nonhle and Clarice Sekai, Miss Ndlela and Miss Msimango. South African and Zimbabwean referee. Well, I think after this goal check, it will be the opportunity for both coaches to prepare their halftime speeches and have a look at what areas they can focus on, but do expect a number of changes being made by Gaborone United, as the job certainly would be done. They have an opportunity to look at Bonang. Selebatso is also on the bench. Siboto, looking at Machawe, Boitsepo, and Bakhotsi can come in the second half, but bearing in mind that they are allowed 5 substitutes. And looking at Kick4Life, maybe a fresher pair of legs as well to help the engine room in the middle of the park, just to give them a bit of a competition, as Gaborone United have dominated those areas. They're passing and balance and dominating the second ball and really containing Kick4Life in the middle of the park, looking very organized and coordinated is Gaborone United, and expected at that. This is a team that continues to be present in a number of COSAFA tournaments, and not only that, a number of their players part of the national team. So the expectation is pretty clear of some of these players to really go out there and show their experience, and that just confirms the 7th goal before change. So Ontlametsi is now on a double brace on the 45th minute. It's another goal. So 7-0 is... It's really quite a expensive scoreline. They've equaled Mamelodi Sundowns' 7-0 against Zesco, and referee Vistoria Shangula brings an end to the first 45 minutes. One that got an avalanche of goals on display. It was one after the other. Opening the floodgates was young Jessica Mponga in as early as the 2nd minute, followed up with another one in the 6th minute. 29 minutes, she was not done yet. But in the 19th minute, it was Ontlametsi also getting her name on the score sheet. And that just started the party. And a team in disarray is Kick4Life with their heads down, trying to get into some sort of a huddle and reorganize themselves. They have been dismantled, they have been demolished, and they do go into the break with their heads down. And a lot of work to be done by Coach Elizabeth Yelimala during the break. We confirm the scoreline at the A.W. Miller Stadium. It's 7-0 in favor of Gaborone United. 67% ball possession for a team that has dominated in all departments. 5 offsides, 3 corners, and passing accuracy can improve in this particular match. Do join us in the second half. Gaborone United has been ever present, coach that has so much of respect and continues to develop the game. The flags being hoisted high before the game begins. Oh, the two teams just exchanging their customary greetings before the match gets underway, as friends turn into foes, and no love lost between the two sides. As a country, Botswana and Lesotho have played in 2 previous encounters, and that was way back in 2023, in which Botswana winning that one on both occasions. We do have a look at the lineup for Botswana. Peresi, Muchawe, Bayeletsi, Mponga, Haifetuchi, Ditebe, Modise, Ontlametsi, Klama, and Radio Kanyo. According to the tactical formation, they do come out with a 4-3-3 formation. Nancy Bayeletsi expected to be integral in the middle of the park. And this is the beauties of Botswana, a team that continues to hoist the flag of Botswana. Well, these are your officials. Victoria of Namibia, she is a referee at 33 years of age. Lumbidzai Musawa, another referee who's been a referee for 2 years. And Nandi Pamenze, the South African 35-year-old who's at a COSAFA tournament for 8 times. And Mary Mayimbo, the 4th official, she's from Zimbabwe. And being a teacher, that is what it's about. It is also just having a look at the bird's eye window. Njabulo Ndlela of South Africa and Clarice Simango are the 2 officials that will be very integral in some of the very close decisions. We look at Kick4Life. It is Matlotlo in goal. Piri. You're also looking at Namane in the middle of the park. Mosala, Sipiriti, and Po Mulife. A capable bench in Molise Libete, as well as Kali. Also, they too come out with a 4-3-3, speaking to the attack, speaking to wanting to turn the fortunes around as they come into this match after a defeat. You're looking at the coach, that is Coach Elizabeth Yelimala. She's been part of this team for the past 4 years, trying to steer the ladies over the line. Kick4Life, a team that has dominated Lesotho football for quite some time and do have one of their players in Mokotu, Moranye, in the USA CAF Women's Champions League tournament. You had Mamelodi Sundowns as defending champions, and you had UWC. But this time it's a different ball game. Nothing is guaranteed, as a chase by Radio Kanya into the box, and that's the opening goal. Quite a marauding run by Radio Kanya to whip that ball in, and just whipped it into the right place, and a good touch in the box to give Gaborone United a very, very early goal. It looks like Jessica Modise who got that ball in the back of the net. We'll have a look at that. Here is Radio Kanya, very strong, taking on Sipiriti, and that being Jessica Mponga, getting her name on the score sheets. So Maunga, Jessica Mponga, middle of the park, and then explosiveness up front. Availability is Jessica Modise on the far right-hand side, unmarked, and Molefe, who needs to just keep an eye on Jessica, who's lurking. Here she receives the ball. Jessica takes a strike in the box, number 2. Easy as you like. A brace for Jessica Mponga. So Jessica Mponga makes it 2. She's been given 2 opportunities. She's buried those. And goalkeeper had no chance. First touch from Jessica Modise was impressive. And a slip at a vital moment by Ray Tumeti gave Jessica Mponga is creeping in, pressing from Gaborone United, causing all the problems. Radio Kanye, good ball in, and that again just goes out. Ontlametsi on that occasion just not getting a hold of it. The offside flag was also up as we have a look at referee Nandi Masawa Lumbidzai of Zambia, the 29-year-old. She's very quick with the flag, hardly leaves any tournament without scoring. Picked up by Radio Kanyo. Switching play to the left-hand side, coming from an onside position. That's Ontlametsi. Can she make it 3? Ontlametsi. And simple as you like. 3 goals for Gaborone United, and the celebrations begin. That was the insurance goal. 3-0 in the first 15 minutes is quite an expensive scoreline. Goalkeeper left exposed, but you had Mosala trying to make us a challenge in that moment, but the experience of Ontlametse in that moment just shed protect one, starting from humble beginnings, and he's not ashamed to tell his story that he grew up in the streets and he knows what it's like. That is Mr. Jomo, who is the owner of Ntopwa. Radio Kanye whipping that ball over the top, and a first-time touch that allows Ontlametse what appears to have been in an offside position, and that goal is disallowed. That goal is disallowed. Have a look at this for yourself. Radio Kanye tried to hold it, but maybe one touch too many. And the minute it left her foot, I don't think so. Playing very freely in that centre back role as Mochawe. And Klamar gives chase, keeps it, delivers a ball, trying to get it in, but just goes over the top. I think her intention was to try and score from that area. Klamar, she's quite upset with herself, believes she could have done better, but she gets a thumbs up from the bench. Ball hoisted highest, and the wind also just force of that ball is ricocheting off the boots. Mochawe breaking the lines, and Ponga delivers a blow, a fifth goal. Without a doubt, just looping the keeper, was very composed. Ponga, 29 minutes. She gets a goal. She's got the hat-trick on the day, the second hat-trick, third hat-trick. Ponga. She is probably going to add more to it by the looks of things. Did well to stay on side, and knew exactly what she wanted to do, pick a spot, delicate as it is, but did enough to just get it over the goalkeeper's head, bouncing into the net. And 5-0 is the scoreline. We are almost heading, tucked in, looking good. Jessica Radiokanyu onside is Ontlametse, forced out to the right as the keeper comes out of position, and that's a delightful ball, perhaps the goal of the tournament thus far. Ontlametse doing well to whip that ball with no one in the goal to make it 6-0. So Ontlametse also on a hat-trick, scoring in the 14th minute, the 19th minute, and the 35th minute. Goalkeeper who was drawn out, and maybe some would ask, what do you want out there, young lady? Stay in your box and your defense will do the job. One would have been expecting players like Jessica. She had come on side. Can she pull one of those beauties? And it's Ontlametse. That makes it 7. Offside. Flag goes up. The referee indicates the 7th goal is absolutely elusive. And 3 minutes have already been played of referee's optional time. So you have a look at this ball, but sure if it's taken back a little, that's the pass. And I don't know, you make the decision yourself. The referee appears to Welcome back to the second half of the CAF Women's Champions League, the COSAFA qualifiers. It is the first game of the day, match day 6, and the 11th match in a total. It is Gaborone United of Botswana. They are up against Kick4Life, and if you are just joining us, it has been an avalanche of goals. That scoreline, it's not an error. It is indeed the scoreline, 7-0 in favor of Gaborone United. You've got two players on a hat-trick in this match. And we are poised for the highest scoring game in the tournament thus far. Mamelodi Sundowns 7-0 yesterday. Could be broken by Gaborone United. Kick4Life in the blue with a bit of green uniforms, and Gaborone United in the white and a bit of red trimmings. Radio Kanyo has really been a catalyst in the side, but Ontla Metsi has really been the goal poacher and has 4 goals to her name, together with Jessica Mponga. And the coach believes they're not done yet. Here's a chance for Ntebo Heleng, and the keeper comes out, makes a save, straps her in her tracks, wants to keep a clean sheet. So Ntebo Heleng, Musala's denied, and the goalkeeper stayed down. Goalkeeper Peresi seems to be grimacing in pain, and apologies being offered. So we have a look at this in the replay. Ntebo Heleng going full force and shown too much of the ball, trying to get it around the goalkeeper, and went straight in for the keeper. Clash of the two players, and worse for wear is Ntlamelo Peresi. The goalkeeper's been ever present, keeping that number 1 jersey and making it her own, yet to, in actual fact, just conceding. In this match, she's yet to concede, and against Young Buffaloes also kept a clean sheet. They won by 1-0 against Young Buffaloes. That is Gaborone United. Kick4Life had lost to Young Buffaloes by 3-1. Went into the break level at 1 apiece. Talking about pieces in the second half, they fell to pieces, and giving Young Buffaloes the opportunity to register their first win of the tournament. Ray Tumetsi Namane has been excellent for Kick4Life. She's really been the threat. Continued her business, put the defense of Muchawe and Gaufetugi under pressure. Trying to press a little bit higher this time. Nancy Bayeletsi delivers a good ball, but it's picked up by Matsukulu. Matsukulu yet again on the ball for Kick4Life. Mlomo Khutu pressing high quite impressively at that, and ultimately a goal kick it is for Gaborone United. Being relentless in the attack as Gaborone United. Dithebe Radio Kanyo releases on the left-hand side. Ontlameti. Still supporting, playing the 1-2, and finally gets that ball in the right place. Keeper does well to deny Ontlameti her 5th goal in the match. Just looked absolutely devastating when given the amount of room and the space, and Bialetzi, who's pushed up a little bit more than she did in the first half. I think the coach just allowing the personnel the freedom. On the edge of the box is Ditabe, and the ball just ricocheting off Lisibo. That will go out for a corner. Ball in. Keeper's drawn out. That's a little too heavy, a little too hard. Botswana still keep possession. Gaborone Botswana. Ball delivered inside the box. Kick4Life of Lesotho picking up Red Tumetsi. Red Tumetsi tries to turn Muchawe around. Signal to the bench is there's nothing wrong. She took a little bit of a clipping on the ankles there. Game played in a good spirit. Ditabe given the responsibility. You have Desiree on the left-hand side hogging the line. Ditabe tries to get it just behind the defenses. Jessica, she misses narrowly. Is Jessica Modise. She knows she should have done better. This is one of the players that the coach says, I wish I have a whip that I could chase down Jessica. She has so much of talent, but is really always struggling and will score the most difficult chances and will let go the easy chances that should have been won on her name for Jessica Modise. Yes, Kick4Life. Can they get at least one goal that they'll pull back? Ball brought back in on the edge of the box and a good turn. Player brought down, and referee doesn't see anything wrong with that. Desiree tries to get it away. Eventually it's Ditabe that will find Ontlameti. Eliminates one defender. She has the opportunity to go for goal and does that. As that ball just sails over the top. The coach has continued to give them the instructions to score more goals. Keeper there, shortest, almost the shortest on the field. We'll get to see who else is in that category. For a goalkeeper, at least 1.6 meters will help you somewhat. Anything below that is a problem, especially at the senior level. Picked up by Ditabe. She has an option, but the option was to release the ball quickly and eventually dispossessed. Becomes a casualty of a strong challenge on Ditabe. Have a look at this ball. She comes in. Radio Kanye tries a 360 and looking to pick that ball from Mulomo. And it's a free kick given to Kick4Life. Mulomo over the top. Itumeleng Piri gives chase. And eventually throw in to Gaborone. Capital of Gaborone. Lesotho and Maseru. So with the team hailing from Lesotho, coming to these championships was like a dream come true for Kick4Life. They were also at some stage one of the very first teams to pay their players equal salary as that as the boys. That is Kick4Life in the early days. Radio Kanya continued the run and passes that ball just behind the attacking players of Mponga. Bayeletsi plays back and looking to draw in Kick4Life and then get that ball over the top. Looking to make a bucket run was Mponga. Keeper Peresi is up and about. Ditebe taking it rather easy, and on the touch and on the halfway line, Stesre did well to hold a run and delivers a decent ball. Keeper bounce of the ball picked up by Mponga and is punished rather easily. Keeper makes such a mistake, and it is the 4th goal for Jessica Mponga. So here's the ball that shows quite a delight. Keeper makes a mistake. Quick to react as Jessica Mponga. But the flag also went up in that moment. I'm not sure where the offside happened, but we'll have a look as Lerato is the player to come in, and Teboheleng is giving way. So Lerato, as well as Molise, comes in. Lerato and Molise come in just to confirm those changes. Botswana outfit, Gaborone United also preparing to make changes of their own. Referee seems to be taking her time, and that was another call that I believe should be turned over. So that gives Jessica Mponga a goal. So 57 minutes. Fourth goal of the match for Jessica Mponga. Mochawe, Radio Kanye. Jessica, denied by the goalkeeper. Jessica's denied by the goalkeeper, Modise. Did well to stay on side, ball laid back, and keeper positioning was quite impressive in that moment. Just made sure she made herself big. And that is the corner. We now confirm that Nancy Bayeletsi will give way. And Amu will take her position. So Yaone Modise comes out. Didukanyane is the player to come on. So corner with 2 new players coming to the fold. Kick4Life will have to be very careful as that ball goes out for another corner. So corner is played short. Radio Kanye whips it in yet again for another attempt. Goalkeeper comes out and bundled out of the way, and the referee protecting her to give the free kick. Titu Kanyana and Amu have just come in and slotted into those attacking roles. Bayaletsi sacrificed as a defender, and Jessica Modise also. That was the moment in which the referee just looked to protect the goalkeeper. So for Gaborone United, with 1 hour done and dusted, they have about 30 minutes to go. Ball threaded through, looking for the return ball. Was Desiree not to be. Kick4Life looking a little bit better here in the second half. A lot more organized, getting to see the ball a lot more. And it's a long drive as Mulomo sends it through. Keeper makes a mistake and then holds back the player and recovers with that to eventually save an embarrassing moment for Camilo Perez. And just have a look at this for yourself. Good hustle. And the keeper there should have at least received a yellow card for holding the player, fighting through. Molise. Tlametsi eventually losing her footing, and she had strayed in an offside position. As on Tlametsi, she's got 4 goals. Gotta give credit to Jessica Mponga for the tenacity shown. She fights for everything on offer. Defensive ability. Reitumeti plays it with Lerato. Reitumeti get it back. Lerato looking to fight her way through. Ditebe has Desiree to her left with control and close down. And that by Tswale. Desiree takes a throw in. Ten teams in this tournament that have really shown us. Group A comprises of 4 teams, Group B 3 teams, and Group C 3 Rental Queens, Costa del Sol and Olympic de Maroni as that ball's delivered. So Gaborone was heading Group B, and Costa del Sol Sundowns heading Group A. It's really proving to be a difficult day at the office for Kick4Life, equaling the scores of the most number of goals scored in a single match. 8 was in the game between Zesco and Ntopwa. That scoreline ending 5-3 in favor of Zesco. But here we are, the dismantlement of Kick4Life by Gaborone United. Already at 65 minutes, it is 8-0. It is 8-0. Player receiving treatment. Player to be helped up on her feet. Looks like a Klama. Seems like the ankle is a struggle. Well, they do have the luxury of bringing on a couple of players. That is Gaborone United. Klama doesn't look too comfortable at all. This is the second half. An 8-0 keeper watching that right up until the end. Ball delivered, intercepted by Kick4Life. Kick4Life still keeping possession, trying to show a bit of skill. Mlomo doesn't come through, instead gives away the ball, and Itebe will pick it up for Gaborone United. She's lost a bit of pace as Doba turning into trouble as Desiree picks it up for Gaborone United. Utlametsi allows Titukunyana, and offside, 3 players at that. Flag goes up eventually as player looks like she's injured herself in that challenge. And trying to make that clearance. Well, if you are wanting to join us out here at the A.W. Miller Stadium, our next match is Herental Queens up against Olympic de Maroni. Herental Queens are from Zimbabwe. Olympic de Maroni from the Comores. That man in your picture with the white shirt is the chairman, the owner of Gaborone United. He's been ever present in a time of difficulty in Malawi. He made his way, and the minute the ladies saw that the chairman was in the area, in the country, they picked up their performance and found themselves in the final. Kick4Life, ball played back, looking for the support. A strike, but very easy for Gaborone United. As Wontlametsi staying in an onside position is Mponga. She has the pace, takes on the players, quite nippy, can deliver a cross, just trying to cut in, does well, and eventually it is Kick4Life that win it back in the form of Lerato. Ray Tumeti. Ball helped on, a good header by Utsualeli. And there's nobody in that attacking third for Kick4Life, and ultimately you find that Gaborone United have got an easy day at the office defensively. As Desiree broke through the offside trap, is heading to goal and registers her name. Desiree Kenyadichwe. And the celebrations. Desiree Kenyadichwe gets her goal in the 68th minute. So that is now 9, and the record is broken. They become the leading goal scorers of the tournament. That is Desiree picked a spot and the goalkeeper couldn't do much. But she had one thing on her mind, and that was to register her name on the score sheet as well. And the players coming off the bench to enjoy a moment of celebration. One more to make it 10. Can Coach William bring in another change? He has the luxury of doing so. And the minute I say that, he's summoned a good couple of players to go warm up and get ready for their contribution. Some players slipping and sliding on the field. Ntlamitsi turning into trouble. Ray Tumetsi does well. She's dropped a little deeper than she was in the first half. She's taking that strike, was looking to thread through Majekane. Starting to find each other with ease. And then the snapshot that just goes over the line. Quite impressive, and the crowd applaud for a moment of a couple of touches and showing some control as Tato Libeta has come in. Tato Libeta. So a good fresh pair of legs just to come on and get a run in this tournament. Scoreline is unreachable at 70 minutes, 9-0. They just need at least one to register in this tournament. They have one that was scored against Young Buffaloes. Ditabe forced backwards to a goalkeeper, Peresi. Machawe on the ball. Bonang and Hoitsimang. Just come on. And those are key players that have been substituted. Klamar's out. Jessica Modise is out. Nancy Bayeletsi is out. Amukelang. Didukunyan is in. And Bonang. Ball retriever who's on duty today. We've got to really give a big pat on the back for the volunteers who also contribute immensely to the success of this tournament. Peresi, who has now kept clean sheet, and in the previous match against Young Buffaloes also kept a clean sheet. So there are some individual awards in this tournament. Top goal scorer, safe hands, which goes to the goalkeeper. Also looking for player of the tournament. Radio Kanye switching play, finding Ontlametsi, keeper comes out. Is this the 10th goal? And indeed it is. And Ontlametsi getting the 10th goal in this match. And celebrations. 5th goal for her personally. And celebrations for the supply. Lesijo Radio Kanye has done well. She gets those balls in the right places. Look at that take of first touch was good, but that ball delightful, and first touch to steer her on her way. That is Ontlametsi, and keeper could come out and The rest is just a celebration of the 10th goal. So 10-0 is the scoreline. And Ontlametsi celebrates a hat-trick and a brace in one match, 5 in total. So it's an opportunity for celebration, and the coach will tell you. And Ponga still full of running. She hasn't had enough. So it's been a difficult one. Difficult day at the office. So Parental Queens and Olympic di Maroni at 3 o'clock. That is a Group C clash. .75 15 minutes to go. 15 minutes to go. Quite a few new players in the outfit of Gaborone United. This being the second half, and we confirm the scoreline. It's to confirm the goal scorers. It's been an Ontlametsi as well as Mponga goal show on goals. 2 players showing a lot of damage. Disappointment with that. On the edge of the box, being picked up by Mulise. Here's an opportunity for Kick4Life to see if they can play it right, but they are outnumbered. Ball picked up in the middle of the park for Gaborone United, but also just guilty of giving away possession. The recovery rate, the way they lose the ball, is something they need to pick up. In the middle of the park, that's where most of the action is taking place, as well as in the goal mouth of the opposition. Here's a chance for Kick4Life. Fans are supporting them, and eventually a ball delivered, but Tswaeli doesn't get a hold of it, and coach is up. She knows that it's all about development out in Lesotho. Throw in by Desiree, finds Mochawe. Mochawe returns the ball. Mistake made. And, this time Molise tries to take advantage of a lapse in concentration for Gaborone United. Can they make use of this ball? Throw in. Ontlametsi's had a good day at the office. So number 12 comes in, Macha. Macha's on jersey number 12. Ontlametsi's given way. So did Uchawe. Ditebe. Desiree. It's 10 minutes to go, and players like Bonang and Macha are out to get a bit of a run and deal with the rustiness. Get alert and get ready, because it gets to the business end of the competition. Certainly advancing into the knockout phases as Gaborone United. Nobody to catch them on top, so they will be guaranteed a spot in the semi-final stages. They will be guaranteed a spot in the knockout stages. As a throw-in is given to the team in red and white, warming up on the pitch, the weather improving immensely, getting ready for the next game at about 3 o'clock. Rentals and Olympic de Maroni, as Radio Kanye looks to release Amukelang. Use of hands, and the referee was quick to spot that, and gives the free kick to Kick4Life. Desiree has been fantastic in that left back position. One would want to see, with a bit of more pressure and a more stronger team, how well she executes her responsibilities, as Lerato does well for Kick4Life. Lerato in the box, and she goes down, but there's no harm, and that is the player that stayed down. Looks like Gaifetugi. We'll get to see the number on the back of the jersey. Coach William, she'll run it off, and referee just making sure that she is okay. Sandwiched by Bonang, and oh yes, it is Gaifetugi. This runs into the wall, a brick wall, worse for wear. Lerato was not about to pull out. And a throw in. Yes, Bonang came on in the second half, and the free kick is given to Gaborone United. Number of players having, the free kick given to Kick4Life, and a number of players making their way into the box. 5 white jerseys, 6 now joining, and increasing the wall to 3. There's 1 on the edge of the box. One hoping that they can register one. Break of the line, and that's a poor delivery from Molomo. Poor delivery, the lipstick lady. Jersey number 7. She's gone about her business calmly throughout. She's full of running in the opening 45 minutes as Molomo. And energy sapping match that has really taken out quite a bit. Ditebe, who's really dictated the pace of the match and has been instrumental in the midfield. He's got a lot of good passes in. And good to see Laone Gaifetugi up and about. 2 players coming from deep. Can this be Mponga's goal? And eventually denied. Trying to share responsibility, and eventually that ball was dispossessed and hacked away. Lisibo made sure that she could kick it furthest away. Throw in for Gaborone. On the edge of the box is Mponga, looking to make a good turn, but shows too much of the ball, and eventually it's Ray Tumetsi who will come away with it. Mistake being made, but keeper's quick to react. Macha was just solidified that defense, with Machawe being taken out for a rest. Good player management by Coach William, making sure the top players are protected. No injuries, and that's a poor ball immediately. Apologies given. It's Radio Canyo, who's really been one of those players that remains pivotal in the side. Started like a house on fire, operating on the left wing, switching flanks every now and then as Lesijo Radio Canyo. Surprising that she's yet to get into the referee's book for registering a goal. She's worked tirelessly this afternoon. So Laone Gaufetuge is the new centre-back, combining well as Ditebe turns and shoots and looks to release that ball coming from the halfway line, and the offside flag was very quick to go up, and that is the assistant on the far side, Nandi Pamenze, the 35-year-old who's been to 8 COSAFA tournaments, and she's a full-time referee. She's been refereeing for like 4 years. That is full-time, no other job, so she's very much available in these youth tournaments. That's Nandi Pamenze. Akona Makalima, role model. There's Radio Canyo. Laid in the path of Macha, and the keeper did enough. 5 minutes to go, plus referee's optional time. Demolition of Kick4Life. They have really faced the gauntlet head on. Been on the receiving end of some ruthless goals and a ruthless attack, wave after wave. And keeper Itumeleng Matlotlo had to be substituted. Her place was taken by Majegejani. So here's Radio Canyo looking for Ontlametse, who has given way. And Bonang Amukhelang coming in is Ditebe. Forced the wrong way and eventually releases that ball to Laone Gaufetu in an onside position. Here's an opportunity for Gaborone to make it 11 goals, and the flag coming to the rescue. It was Tato Libeta who was unfortunate in that moment, but Celebatso, who had come on, that is the player of the match. She's absolutely been peripheral in this entire match, Radio Canyo, and deserving of the player of the match. I suppose it's very difficult to separate Ontlametse and Miss Jessica Mponga, and Lesijo Radio Canyo is the one celebrated as player of the match. So 11 or 10 is the scoreline rather, and not 11. It's Ray Tumetsi Namane of Kick4Life, a player that I think will not be playing a football much longer in Lesotho. Certainly has a bright future. Throw in that picked up Lerato on the far side, but Machawa just tidying up. He has an opportunity. Beauty! It's Lerato who registers the name. She's been fighting for everything on offer, and what a way to announce herself in this tournament. Lerato Tsoinyane. Lerato Tsoinyane. She fought for that ball. Relaxation, showing the hunger. Lerato cut in and took her shot. Keeper was beaten hands down. That was a kick for life. Since coming on, she's really done the business. So goal for Lerato Tsoinyane in the 89th minute brings joy to a team that was really outplayed, outthought, and outwitted. So 90 minutes on the clock. We are in referee's optional time. So for Tlamelo Peresi, she concedes in this match. Her first goal of the tournament, and 10-1 is the scoreline. So Lesego Radiokhanya receiving the play of the match. That won't change, but jubilation for the team in blue and green from Lesotho. Managed to get one goal against a very, very dominant side, Ditebe, to take the free kick. She wants it in the right spot. Referee wants to make sure that the wall is 10 yards. That's referee Vistoria Shangula. And signal is given. Delivered. Overcooked. Nobody picks it up besides Desiree. And Macha was hoping to get it further and further away, but the offside flag coming to the rescue of Kick4Life. So Nandi Menzies had a busy day at the office. Made some calls that VAR had to turn over. Picked up by Ray Tumeti. Continued to run, but that ball trickles away to find a white jersey as Amu. Picked up by Radiokhanya. First touch important, looking for the return ball. Amu decides to go in another direction. Here's Ditebe, forced backwards, and then releases Desiree, who's made her way. Desiree finds Ditebe it again, playing with the ball and looking for the return ball. Desiree coming in an onside position is Didukunyana. Desiree playing it back to Macha. Macha brings in Laone Gaufetugi. Gaufetugi finds Radiokhanya. And Kick4Life win it back. Dominance by Gaborone. Here's another chance for Kick4Life. And this time, Macha is pretty solid and not to be beaten the second time around. But it is a throw-in for Kick4Life. We've played almost 3 minutes of the 5 minutes additional referee's optional time, And throw-in it is for the team in blue and green. Lesebo. Can they get a second? Mulomo. Another opportunity as that ball just steers away from goal, but the idea was good enough for Ray Tumeti. Namane. (10-1). 11 goals in a match. This is the record of the tournament thus far. We started the day with 36 goals. We ended, or the first match takes us to 47. The first match of the day. Distribution for Gaborone. Have found the spaces with ease, has passed the ball between the lines with ease, has been able to score with ease. And I'm sure the coach will know that this tournament is not to be taken for granted. It doesn't matter who the opposition is. There's so much of hungry teams out there, and the improvement of women's football on the southern parts of the region. But not only that, the continent is buzzing with some wonderful players like Rachel Nachula. You've also got Kudananji, you've got Barbara Banda, you've got the Chawenga sisters out from Malawi who are doing the business. And the referee blows a whistle 3 times to certainly make a statement and to bring an end to a match in which goals that were scored were aplenty. The job is done, the business is done. It is an opportunity for those players to take a break and maybe keep an eye on the next match that will take place between Herentals and Olympic de Maroni. In the interim, it's celebrations for a team that mesmerized, a team that made sure that there was no looking back. They needed to get into the knockout phases and did so excellently, as Lisigo Radiocanyo being the player of the match, and we confirm the scoreline as Gaborone United 10, Kick4Life 1. We will later go down to the touchline for the rest of the proceedings, but before then we'll have a look at the goal attempts. 18 of those shots, 13 on target, above 70% shot accuracy or pass accuracy. And you look at the number of offsides, 11. Kick4Life were yet to get an offside and just registered 2 corners with 2 shots on target and ending up on the losing side. But so much to celebrate for Gaborone United as we take this match down to the touchline for the rest of the proceedings.
Thank you.
And now we are joined by the Kick4Life coach, Elizabeth Yelimala. Hadla, coach, what's your overall of the game?
Really, it was a bit tough for us, conceding as early as 2 minutes. It destabilized the players, but I'm happy the way we came back, especially in the last 20 minutes, very strongly, and got that 1 goal that we were at least fighting for.
What went wrong, coach? At least you managed to call a consoling goal.
Yeah. The early goal demoralized the defense. That was the first thing. And we tried to reorganize and come in. So we throw in our youngsters who have the energy as the opponents, and we got the consoling goal.
How do you think your team can build from this experience going forward, going back at home?
We are very grateful we were able to participate in this. We are so grateful to the association for registering us in this game, in this tournament, and I think it's a very good learning camp for us. We take every step, everything that we do, we learn from everything. This defeat, we have learned a lot. We need to increase our stamina and our speed of play in order to be able to cope with international tournaments. We are so grateful.
Thank you very much, coach.
Thank you.
That was coach for the Kickoff, Kick4Life. And now we are joined by the winning coach. And now we are joined by the winning coach, Gaborone United, Khalid Nionzima. Congratulations, coach. Overall of the game, please.
I think we started well. We needed to redeem ourselves from the first game that we played against the Buffaloes. I said it before that I was happy with the results of the first game, but not happy with the performance. But looking at the performance of today's game, I think we really outdone ourselves. I would like to say congratulations to the girls, the technical team, and our United supporters for really for supporting this team from day one up to today. But to score this kind of goals in this tournament, I think the girls did better. I'm very happy with the performance.
Coach, you're the runners-up of 2024. How do you think this win will impact your team's morale and momentum moving forward?
It means now we are left with 2 games to go for us to try to win the tournament. Last year we managed to come as runners-up, but this time around we'll push all the way to the final and see what will happen there.
Thank you so much, Coach.
Thank you.
But this time it's a different ball game. Nothing is guaranteed as a chase by Radio Kanya into the box, and that's the opening goal. Quite a marauding run by Radio Kanya to whip that ball in, and just whipped it into the right place, and a good touch in the box to give Gaborone United a very early goal. It looks like Jessica Modise who got that ball in the back of the net. We'll have a look at that. Here is Radio Kanya, very strong, taking on Sipiriti, and that being Jessica Mponga, getting her name on the score sheets. An eye on Jessica, who's lurking. Yeah, she receives the ball. Jessica takes a strike in the box, number 2. Easy as you like. A brace for Jessica Mponga. So Jessica Mponga makes it 2. She's been given 2 opportunities. She's buried those. And goalkeeper had no chance. First touch from Jessica Modise was impressive, and a slip at a vital moment by Ray Tumeti gave Jessica Mponga United causing all the problems. Radio Kanya, good ball in, and that again just goes out. Ontlametsi on that occasion just not getting a hold of it. The offside flag was also up as we have a look at referee Nandipa Masawa Lumbidzai of Zambia, the 29-year-old. She was very quick with the flag. Picked up by Radio Kanya. Switching play to the left-hand side, coming from an onside position. That's Ontlametsi. Can she make it 3? Ontlametsi. And simple as you like. 3 goals for Gaborone United. And the celebrations begin. That was the insurance goal. 3-0 in the first 15 minutes is quite an expensive scoreline. Goalkeeper left exposed, but you had Mosala trying to make us a challenge in that moment, but the experience of Ontlametsi in that moment just shed protect is Mr. Jomo, who is the owner of Ntopwa. Radio Kanya whipping that ball over the top, and a first-time touch that allows Ontlametsi, but appears to have been in an offside position, and that goal is disallowed. That goal is disallowed. Have a look at this for yourself. Radio Kanya tried to hold it, but maybe one touch too many. And the minute it left her foot, I don't think so. Force of that ball is ricocheting off the boots. Mochawe breaking the lines, and Mponga delivers a blow. The 5th goal, without a doubt, just looping the keeper. Was very composed. Mponga 29 minutes. She gets a goal. She's got the hat-trick on the day, the second hat-trick, third hat-trick. Ponga. She's probably going to add more to it by the looks of things. Did well to stay on side and knew exactly what she wanted to do, pick a spot, delicate as it is, but did enough to just get it over the goalkeeper's head, bouncing into the net, and 5-0 is the scoreline. We are almost heading, tucked in, looking good. Jessica Radiokanyo on side is on Tlametsi, forced out to the right as the keeper comes out of position, and that's a delightful ball, perhaps the goal of the tournament thus far. On Tlametsi doing well to whip that ball with no one in the goal to make it 6-0. So on Tlametsi also on a hat-trick, scoring in the 14th minute, the 19th minute, and the 35th minute. Goalkeeper who was drawn out, and maybe some would ask, what do you want out there, young lady? Stay in your box and your defense will do the job. One would have been expecting players like Jessica. She had come on side. Can she pull one of those beauties? And it's on Tlametsi. That makes it 7. Offside. Flag goes up. The referee indicates the 7th goal is up.